Meanwhile,
turned the ball over 21 times. It was the second time in 2 games where they'd had 21 turnovers. Sue Semrau really hard on her team the last 2 days in practice. Let's see if they come out with a little more of an inspired effort here to start this game.
Opening tip controlled by the Heels. And North Carolina will look to ride that hot second half against NC State and carry it over here against Florida State. UNC's starting 5, and again the Heels are 12-3. We've talked about Taylor Koenen and Shayla Bennett. Janelle Bailey, leading scorer on this team, and all 5 starters average in double figures, which means when you do the scout, a little hard to figure out who you want to take away.
Yeah, very balanced North Carolina team, and Florida State there. Defense was a point of emphasis the last 2 days at practice. They seem to respond and get that message well. Good start for Kaya Gillespie there. She runs the pick and pop to perfection.
Florida State gets the first bucket of the game. They never led against Georgia Tech in their last outing. That is out of bounds off of Nikki Akamu. So a balanced attack for the Tar Heels. Florida State, good balance, at least when you talk about the top 3 seniors. So it's not as if you just isolate and say we got to take one player away, because they've got a good triumvirate of seniors that lead the way.
You're exactly right. Kaya Gillespie, Naja Woolfolk, Nikki Akamu, all averaging in double figures, all have the ability to score 20 at any given point.
FSU number 11 in the country. The Heels look for the equalizer and get it from just in front of the FSU bench, and that is Koenen, the only 4-year senior in that starting lineup for UNC.
And she's the team captain for this Tar Heel squad under Courtney Bangert in her first year.
Kaya Gillespie misfires, but Florida State will get a second opportunity here.
That was Shayla Bennett there that just couldn't quite come up with it and was tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Bennett. There
is Coach Courtney, you just referenced, former head coach at Princeton. Did an excellent job there. Naismith Coach of the Year in 2015. And so 2 stories. It's transition for her, but really for North Carolina, as FSU has a cutter in the lane, but Woolfolk's shot is short. North Carolina's not used to changing women's basketball coaches. Been a while.
Sylvia Hatchell has been at North Carolina for quite some time. A Hall of Famer in her own right. Courtney Bangert taking over this program and continuing to ride high with the Tar Heels.
So a quick 5-0 spurt for North Carolina after FSU's opening 3. Opening 2 minutes of this basketball game, and this is Nikki Akamu who picked up her dribble. Akamu not a point guard by trade, but has played there the last 2 years. Akamu's shot was leaning left.
Nice box out there inside by Janelle Bailey. Haven't talked much about her, but she was preseason All-ACC, second team last year. An outstanding post presence inside for the Tar Heels.
Be a turnover, and North Carolina doesn't turn it over all that frequently as we look at Sue Semrau. Well, you talk about Sylvia Hatchell and her long tenure. Now you got Sue Semrau, who's the longest tenured coach in Florida State women's basketball history, but also in the ACC right now, and the job that she's done in her 2 decades plus.
Yeah, 7 consecutive 20-win seasons, a couple of Elite 8 and Sweet 16 appearances in that reign as well.
Good pass. Very good pass, and that gets Valencia Myers on track. The sophomore has struggled somewhat in her second season, but that was a good feed and an easy finish.
Yeah, nice pass from Nikki Akamu. You mentioned she's not a true point guard, but one of the leaders in assist-turnover ratio in the ACC has really become a strong point guard for Florida State.
Good defense by the Noles. 3 minutes in, here comes Morgan Jones going strong to the rim. Men thought better of it.
Morgan Jones comes out of nowhere to grab the offensive rebound, but then can't finish inside. Janelle Bailey trying to get to the rim there, and shuffles her feet and travels with the basketball.
Seen a couple of travels by North Carolina thus far.
Trying to put it on the floor and switches up that pivot foot to try to get around Valencia Myers. Again, I mentioned, as I practiced the last 2 days, to watch these Seminoles and see how they would recover after the loss. Sioux Summer emphasized defense for the majority of those two practices. So far paying off, it appears, for Florida State.
A rare air ball there from Akamu, and the Tar Heels come back. That was an over the back, it appeared, but they did not call it, so it'll be out of bounds and go to stay with North Carolina, I believe.
Yeah, it certainly looked like an over the back, too. Sioux Summer, I could watch her body language. She's explaining exactly that to official Kevin Sparrick, but North Carolina going to maintain possession here with a fresh 20 on the clock.
So it gets brought in to Medina Muhammad. Her shot is swatted and blocked. Opening few possessions, it looks as if the Florida State seniors, particularly Kaya Gillespie, are trying to get on track a little bit earlier. And here comes Woolfolk.
Naja Woolfolk just on cue. Must have heard you talking about her. She's the other of the third senior class. All three captains for the Florida State team, and seem to have brought the energy and intensity here so far today.
It was a good, quick first step for Muhammad, but couldn't finish in Florida State now. Back on offense, and Woolfolk goes right to the rim.
Woolfolk dribbles her way through traffic, knifes her way around a couple of Tar Heel defenders to finish at the rim.
Good start for FSU, midpoint of the first half. Good backdoor cut, though, for Carolina.
Excellent high-low passing there. That's Shatinga, the freshman. 12 points a game that she averages. A nice pass from Janelle Bailey up top.
10-7, Knowles with the basketball. Woolfolk wants a screen, gets it. Good looking stroke, but off the mark. Shayla Bennett pulls down the rebound.
Shayla Bennett gets inside and then gets her own rebound. Best time to shoot a three is off the offensive rebound, and Carolina makes Florida State pay. That's Taylor Koenen with her second made three of the afternoon. Perfect.
Both from that same spot on the floor, too.
These are two of the best offensive teams in the ACC. Both average about 78 points a game. If you like offense, this is your kind of game.
Gillespie for three. That one is too strong. Kaya knocked home her first one, has missed 3 straight shots. Tar Heels can grab the lead. Been a clean, quick first quarter. Good dump down low, and FSU's got the board, and now we'll have a foul call. 10-10 with 3:48 to play. Some end-to-end action from these high-scoring teams. Not afraid to fill it up from outside.
Squad is going to be what can they get from some of the other players on this team. The freshmen, River Baldwin, Sammy Puises, who are out there now, Morgan Jones, Courtney Weber. Who else can contribute and make themselves available for their teammates?
Puises nearly got her pocket picked twice, but managed to hold on to it there. And now River Baldwin underneath is going to draw the foul. That'll be on Koenen.
It is on Koenen, just her first. You'll notice that Carolina has not substituted yet. Not a super deep bench over there for Courtney Banghart, so she cannot afford a player like Koenen to get into foul trouble. Let's keep an eye on that.
Baldwin misfires on the first. A McDonald's All-American, twice the ACC Freshman of the Week. 6'5" from Pleasant Hill High School in Alabama.
6 on 1 of 2 there. She's a 64% free throw shooter on the season.
Back and forth battle here in the first quarter. Entertaining hoops. We expected that. These two teams. Tough catch for Koenen. And that shot will rattle home and in for Shayla Bennett.
And not much that Sammy Puises could do on that. Shayla Bennett just able to use her athleticism and elevate to knock down that 6-foot pull-up jump shot.
Kamu to Myers, nearly picked up that pivot foot and found Morgan Jones. Still time on the shot clock at 10 as Baldwin will try to go to work. And she draws the foul rather on Janelle Bailey. So the freshman Baldwin with some nice work in the early going. And
it shows some good patience there. Turned and faced up. Looked like maybe she wanted to try to make a move facing the basket. Then quickly reverse pivoted again and made that little reverse power move on the block to finish over her left shoulder.
Well, this is an area where there will be growth for Florida State. I know Sue Semrau wants to see it when you talk about a true freshman in here and then a sophomore in Valencia Myers to get more consistent production out of your post players.
Yeah, and I think that's something Florida State needs. Again, if they want to continue to play at the top level, they're going to need some production from the paint. When the going gets tough, you're going to need a little bit easier shots than those threes and the pull-up jump shots that they typically get from players like Ikamu and Woolfolk.
Knowles back on top by one as the seesaw affair continues. Inside out, and that one goes in and out, but there's Koenen.
Koenen led the team in rebounding the other night. There you see Malou Chisenge there. Just got it stripped away, doing her work to get an offensive board, and then Valencia Myers just took it away.
And Woolfolk took it to the hoop. Strong.
Really strong take from Naja Woolfolk, and then she gets in the passing lane, nearly comes up with a steal. Jumps into the first row.
Here's the strip and the takeaway. And then the rest of it is Woolfolk. Look at this spin move.
We've seen such a growth and maturity in Woolfolk over the course of her 4-year Seminole career. Ability to make those kinds of moves under control and finish. And then she nearly came up with another steal on the defensive end.
Was a great play. She got 7 points to lead all scorers as we're under 2 in the first. Tom Blott and Melissa Bruner with you. Koenen with the feed inside and one more pass, which was a tough catch for Janelle Bailey, but she adjusted and puts it up and in.
Some, again, good interior post passing from Chisenge to Bailey. Morgan Jones just backs down Taylor Koenen. Carolina bench wanted to push off.
17-14. Home team on top. It's Koenen, the senior from Savage, Minnesota. Gives up the rock. She's hit a couple of threes.
In there's Shayla Bennett. The off-balance jumper.
Tell you what, Carolina, a good offensive rebounding team, and they've pulled down a few in this game already.
They certainly have, and that's something that Florida State typically prides themselves on.
Turnover by Ikamu.
Yeah, Florida State's only been out-rebounded one time this season, and that turnover led right to those points for North Carolina. That was Muhammad, the transfer from Ole Miss.
Myers lets the traffic clear, or she thought she let the traffic clear, but a hand got in there and knocked it away. So the Heels can play for the last shot here in the first quarter if they choose.
Tar Heels actually appeared like they were just going to try to take it and score it rather than try to play it out. That foul going to be on Valencia Myers there. She tried to shuffle her feet and help her teammate out.
It's the first foul on Florida State. Comes with 17.9 to play in our first quarter. Entertaining first period.
And if you like high-powered offenses and a lot of scoring, this is your kind of game.
Now Carolina seems content to play for the last shot. And go to work with about 6.5 left. Koenen from the other corner. Again at the horn. 3 triples for the fourth-year senior. Wow, 19-17. And she leads all scorers with 9 points. 3 triples for the fourth-year senior. Wow, 19-17. And she leads all scorers with 9 points. That was a big thing. When you look at her, she has grown from freshman to sophomore to junior to senior. She shot 18% on threes as a freshman and shooting over 40% now as a senior.
Yeah, she really has continued to improve and has been a mainstay in that Tar Heel lineup. Florida State had done a pretty good job of taking care of the basketball, and now the last 3 possessions, including that last one, with 3 turnovers in a row.
All that said, down just a deuce, so they can tie or take the lead here. Gillespie made her first bucket and has been quiet since. Woolfolk is never quiet.
What a finish with the left hand. Showed the ball in her right hand to keep the defender away, and then finishes on the left side with the left hand. Impressive move from Naja Woolfolk to tie the game.
19 all. That is a long-range two drilled by Bailey.
Time the freshman River Baldwin just caught hedging a little bit too far on that screen. Janelle Bailey makes her pay with the 15-footer.
Woolfolk gets the screen to get into the lane. Gillespie's shot just a little bit off so far. Tar Heels by a deuce.
And Gillespie has gotten some good looks. Those are in-rhythm shots that she's taking. Same play, same result for Janelle Bailey as she knocks down another 15-footer. Again, I believe that time it was Gillespie that hedged a little too far.
So a 4-point lead for North Carolina. The Heels have not gone to the bench yet. You mentioned not a ton of depth right there, so Florida State has an advantage there. River Baldwin posting up, trying to get the ball inside. Akamu instead will call her own number. Big shot for the senior.
That high ball screen action for Florida State, so successful when you have a player like Gillespie that can pick and then pop back out to the perimeter. Really hard to guard when Nikki Akamu's knocking down shots like that.
.11 on the shot clock for the Heels right now as Florida State makes some work defensively, and then a blocked shot held on to. 2 on the shot clock. They're going to have to look at this one, I think. That was very close. Looking at it live, it felt like it was a tick late, but
yeah, we'll have to take a look at that. I thought the ball was still in her hand as she was finishing that play with zeros. Hard to tell without the shot clock in the picture there. Looks like 0 was on the clock. And we are correct over here. Officials did say that was not off in time. It's a shot clock violation. Here we go, take a better look.
0, and then it comes up. So somebody let the record reflect that we got that one right. 2:27 in the afternoon.
Good piece of officiating there by a veteran crew to go take a look and just confirm that was, in fact, the correct call.
23-21. Heels on top. Woolfolk thought that Gillespie was going to move. I think Gillespie was digging in to leverage her weight a little bit, so it's turned over by Florida State. From the wing, boy, that has been the spot for Carolina.
That might be the first miss that Carolina has had from that wing spot. Tar Heels 3 of 6 from the three-point line. All 3 of those coming from Taylor Koenen. Kaya Gillespie there got hit on the screen. Not sure if that was a moving screen. They're actually going to call that on Carolina.
I think that was Tucker who picked it up.
Was the freshman from Little Rock. The first sub into the game for Carolina. Give Shatinga a break.
Puisis back in for Florida State. Now she can shoot the 3 too.
Look at making Tom Block look intelligent over here. Sammy Puisis in there. Shoots at 40% from beyond the three-point line. That's what she's in there to do, and her teammates know it. Sammy knows it. Tom Block knows it.
Carolina looking for the answer. Doesn't get it there. Gillespie rattles that one home.
Gillespie got caught there with a mismatch on her. I believe it was Tucker that was guarding her. Seminoles took advantage of it, went right inside to her.
It's a 7-0 run now for Florida State. They had trailed 23-19. This will be a foul on Florida State. Shot does not drop.
See Kamu with the foul on Medina Muhammad. Haven't had a chance to talk a whole lot about her. She's a transfer from Ole Miss. Averaged 16 points a game, made 67 threes there in her last season. She's also the MVP of the Cancun Challenge earlier this year for the Tar Heels.
Averaged 22 points to pick up those MVP honors that tourney.
74% free throw shooter. Missed the first one. No points for Carolina over the last 2 minutes and 44 seconds. That'll end the scoring drought.
And break up the 7-0 Florida State run.
Shitinge back in the game now for the Tar Heels. Janelle Bailey will take a quick blow.
Under 6 to play, first half. Kamu with a long two.
Carolina that time went under the screen. Again, trying to prevent Nikki Akamu from turning the corner, but I believe it was Koenen just a little bit late. Akamu makes him pay.
Koenen up top this time. Finally misfires. Her season high is 4 threes in a game. She had 3 in the first quarter. Here she gets a blocked shot on Gillespie.
Yeah, nice job defensively there by Koenen on Gillespie.
They catch a Kamu there or Woolfolk. We'll sort that out in the break. Heels.
Yeah, it'll be something to watch for sure. I mean, Nikki Akamu by far the best point guard on this Seminole team, and now that moves Naja Woolfolk over to have to run the point guard for Florida State. Woolfolk very capable, but does that take her out of her scoring role? We'll see.
Well, if you're going to leave the lane open, she's going to take it right to the rim. Couldn't convert there, but that was like the Red Sea party. Meanwhile, it's a 3-on-2 for the Heels. Koenen tried the Euro step there, but it's little.
Even in the WNBA, that's still a travel. One, two, three, and another one to go with it. Nice, strong move from Koenen. Just one too many steps in there on the break. There's some Carolina full court pressure here. Haven't seen much of that from the Tar Heels so far.
Well, we saw Georgia Tech do this the other night a little bit against Florida State. And with Nikki Akamu out, Tar Heels giving it a go.
Why not? Takes a little time off the clock.
Myers up and under.
That's the kind of post play that Florida State could really use from players like Valencia Myers and River Baldwin. Big, strong move from the McDonald's All-American Myers there.
6-point lead for Florida State.
Crowd here wanted to carry on Taylor Koenen. Nice step back from Koenen.
Myers goes to grab the rebound, and so Florida State can add to its lead.
Oh, Florida State caught a break there. That was nearly a turnover on Morgan Jones trying to get the ball into Valencia Myers. The official saw a push in the back on Bailey, and that's now 2 on Janelle Bailey. And see what Courtney Banghart does with that. Because again, not a lot of post depth over there for the Tar Heels.
So 20 seconds to play with for Florida State. Myers bodies up and goes right up and in. There's a strong post play.
Smart move from Valencia Myers, recognizing that Bailey with that foul trouble really can't afford to pick up the other one. Bailey had to just stand around, back off a little bit. Myers takes it right at her.
Biggest lead of the game for FSU. Koenen's camped out in the corner. And Florida State not giving her much space. 2 on the shot clock. This will count if it goes. Just a desperation heave, and
I nearly went for Shayla Bennett. She got a good look.
Courtney Weber gives it up to Woolfolk. And now we'll give it back. Weber in there with Akamu sitting down for a little bit. Woolfolk through the lane, and she draws the whistle.
Looks like that foul going to go on Shayla Bennett, just her first. But I believe it will send Woolfolk back to the line. They're going to say she was in the act of shooting. Woolfolk, one of the best free throw shooters on the Seminole squad. Shoots at almost 80%, 79 to be exact.
Joined the 1,000-point club the other night against Georgia Tech.
Now, Woolfolk's teammate Akamu, already a member of the 1,000-point club earlier this season. The other senior, Kaya Gillespie, certainly with the opportunity to potentially get there as well if her scoring average keeps up. She's just in her second year as a Seminole, but already has over 700 career points in a Seminole uniform.
Good feed. Carolina very good at distributing the basketball.
Yeah, those two post players work extremely well together in Bailey and Shatinge. Know where the other one is at all times and have done a nice job finding one another. The high post entry look.
So final 2 minutes, and we'll see if Carolina can close the gap or Florida State can keep them at bay right now with a 3-possession lead. Woolfolk for three.
Morgan Jones there to clean up the offensive glass for Florida State.
She'll do the dirty work.
Yeah, certainly not afraid to do that as she's being called on to guard the point guard for the Carolina Tar Heels, and Taylor Koenen there.
That foul's on Courtney Weber.
Morgan
Jones will come back in.
Please is back in. Morgan Jones gets a nice round of applause from the Seminole faithful here. Pleases with the tough matchup, having to guard Taylor Koenen. Shatinge with a nice 8-foot jumper off the kick out. Good ball movement there from the Tar Heels.
We approach 1 minute to play. Woolfolk and the Noles have done a nice job with Akamu saddled with her 2 fouls here.
Yeah, they certainly have. Sue Semrau, I don't think, has even been tempted to have to go back to the bench.
Weber hit big threes the other night. She's got another one right here.
Courtney Weber been shooting the ball extremely well, picking up right where she left off the other night. Had 10 against Georgia Tech. Taylor Koenen not afraid to line it up, though, right from the same spot.
That matches her season high. Florida State cannot play for the last shot here. 7-point game, so the Noles need to run their offense.
That's 4 of 5 from the 3-point line for Koenen. 3 of them coming right there in the corner in front of the Seminole bench.
See if Florida State can get another look for Weber or for Puisis. Well, you take that look for Baldwin instead.
Yeah, I'll take a layup for the 6'5 Baldwin anytime. Kaya Gillespie there showing some nice post passing over the top.
Well, it does show when you can hit from outside, all of a sudden there's more room for the post to maneuver. Crowd into it now. Clock winding down. 3 seconds. That went off the mark, but at the horn, Carolina rattles one home. 7-point difference. And both quarters, Carolina beat the buzzer. That's 5 points.
Outscored NC State 18-8 in the third quarter. I'm sure that they were reminded of that in the locker room by veteran head coach Courtney Banghart.
Underway in the second half as Carolina will work to the left now, down by 7. Got a big buzzer beater at intermission, and now a drive of the lane that was left all alone, and that's easy pickings underneath for Bennett.
Nice dribble penetration that time by Shayla Bennett. Been relatively quiet, just her second bucket of the game.
Nikki Kamu back out there. Now here is Myers, who played so well in that first half. Koenen tries to reach in, and now back to Woolfolk. Time on the clock.
Wow, a lot of contact there.
Carolina gets the defensive stop, and now the Heels on a little bit of a run.
Let's see if the Tar Heels can take advantage. They got the stop that they needed on the defensive end. A nice look from Koenen inside. Just a little bit too strong off the back iron.
Yeah, it didn't look like she had her feet set quite correctly on that. Woolfolk the other way. Off the mark, and a couple of Knowles battle amongst themselves for it. Oh, up and in, even with the contact from Medina Muhammad.
Nice job by Medina Muhammad to avoid the contact from Nikki Akamu, who was just standing her ground. I think Akamu was hoping to try to take a charge. Not quite enough as Muhammad contorted her body around.
It's a big basket for Akamu. Carolina had cut it to 3. It's now 5 with a stop in the action. We'll step aside. Nail biter a year ago. Woolfolk played well, and Akamu iced it at the line.
Yeah, it was a battle up in Chapel Hill, and Seminoles were lucky to get away with the win that afternoon.
Florida State tries to trap. It'll be a foul on Myers.
Shayla Bennett went hard to the ground. Looks to be a little bit shaken up. You have to hope she's okay. Again, not a lot of depth over there on that Tar Heel bench. Lindsey Myers with the inadvertent trip.
It's up on her own power. I don't know if that was her wrist or her shoulder that got pinned underneath.
Yeah, it looked like she was holding her arm or wrist. He's going to stay in the game.
So mid-possession for North Carolina. 8 minutes to play third quarter. Florida State took an early timeout because Carolina was finding some offensive success out of halftime. Now as I say that, that is at the horn, and it goes in. A three-point shot as the clock was expiring. 42-40. That's the third buzzer beater the Heels have hit today.
Big-time shot from Medina Muhammad. The transfer from Ole Miss.
Myers with it right now.
Myers lost her footing there against the contact, but Bailey did a nice job defending, holding her ground.
Block shot inside. Carolina controls it, puts it right back up, and now the Knowles will have it. Gillespie's been quiet offensively. We'll see if Florida State can try to get her on track.
Yeah, just 5 points, 5 rebounds for the senior,
including the three-pointer that opened the scoring in this game. So really has disappeared. As I say that, there she is calling her own number again, and looked a little rushed when she got it to put that up. 42-40 remains the score.
Didn't have a lot of legs on that shot. Didn't quite have her feet set under her.
Carolina keeps it alive. Koenen from the corner. That's about the only thing that's gone wrong when she's put up a shot today.
Yeah, the absolute truth. She's 4 of 6 from the three-point line, and that corner shot has been her MO so far today. On the offensive rebound and the kick out, just a little bit short. Don't think that got blocked. It was just a little short.
I will say that shot felt a little bit forced, and that the others had been in the flow of the offense. That looked more as if the clock was winding down, which it was not. And you can see that the injury, the fall a moment ago, really did hurt Shayla Bennett, who's out at the 6:36 mark.
Getting some attention from the athletic training staff for North Carolina, and still looks to be in quite a bit of pain as they look at her left hand or wrist.
Baldwin misfires.
And then I believe gets whistled for the foul. Actually, they're going to give that to Taylor Koenen, the other number 1. Be the second on Taylor Koenen.
So Florida State keeps the possession. Their lead was 10 at one point. It's down to 2.
A little bit of zone defense here by the Tar Heels. River Baldwin there looked like she might have shuffled her feet and just left it a little short on the move.
Once again, North Carolina can tie or take the lead. Muhammad. The kick, the shot, and that is up and in. Bailey has demonstrated time and again that she's comfortable from the perimeter. We are all even, and this is a big, big run for the Tar Heels to start this second half.
No points for Florida State in the last 2.5 minutes. 0-4 from the floor during that time. Let's see if they can get something easy here.
A 9-2 run. Woolfolk has it stripped away as she goes to the rim. A 9-2 run, and it's 11-2 if you count the buzzer beater.
Buzzer beater at the end of the second quarter. You're exactly right.
From the wing. In and out.
That one halfway down for Naja Woolfolk. That spot unlucky.
Good hands. Florida State now in transition.
Kai Gillespie just got that one taken away on the transition break. That was Mohammed with a nice steal for the Tar Heels. Carolina going to kick it back out. Like Shatinge might have had a thought about making the post move.
Tie-up. This one's going to go against Florida State in the fight for the loose ball. Florida State looked a step quicker in the first half. Here in the second half, Carolina appears to State. One of the star seniors, Kaya Gillespie. The sledding has gotten a little tougher the last couple games. She had back-to-back 20-point games, Syracuse and Miami, and then 8 points and just 1 rebound against Georgia Tech. Hasn't been able to get on track offensively here. Heels with the possession, but we'll see if Florida State can find a way to get Kaya a little bit more involved.
Gillespie out right now, catching a quick break, and Seminoles need her. They want to regain this lead. Koenen with the miss there. That shot well challenged by the Seminole defense, and then a nice rebound from Valencia Myers.
Florida State just 14%, 1 of 7 shooting here to start the third quarter. So Noles need to find something easy and try and rattle it home.
Florida State also getting out-rebounded right now. Tar Heels leading the glass 23-18. It's one time this season that Florida State has been out-rebounded.
That's going to drop, and the foul for Akamu.
Big bucket there from Nikki Akamu. Nice dribble penetration off the screen. Elevates, takes the contact on the wrist from Tucker, finishes it anyway.
Florida State very fortunate. 2 things there. One, Akamu doesn't miss free throws. Maybe that's why everybody got caught off guard there, but then FSU's going to keep it.
Yeah, Nikki Akamu shoots it over 80% from the free throw line. But Florida State caught a break as it was last touched by a Carolina player. Nice action out of the inbounds play. Finds River Baldwin wide open on the opposite block. 4-point possession for Florida State.
And a 4-point lead for the Noles. The Tar Heels lost one of their key players a little while ago. We'll update you when we can on Bennett. This will be a foul on the Noles.
And Valencia Myers there trying to step over and help side. Couldn't quite get there quick enough as Tucker just ran right into her. Good call. Good recognition there by Kennedy Tucker. Draw the contact from Myers.
Myers will sit down. That's her third foul.
It's 3 fouls on Myers. Florida State going to bring Kai Gillespie back into the game. Nice little scoop shot there from Kennedy Tucker. She couldn't get it to fall.
Woolfolk uses the screen. Tried to kick it to Puisis, but Koenen wasn't having it.
It's a battle on the glass inside.
It is. Now Akamu this time. Puisis will keep it alive. 4-point edge for Florida State. It was 7 at intermission. Puisis for 3. She's got it.
That shot by Nikki Akamu gets into the paint, draws the defense, and then the reverse pivot kick out to Sammy Puisis. It's now a 7-0 run for Florida State.
And that halftime lead has been recreated.
All of that with Shayla Bennett, one of the Tar Heels leaders on the bench. But when the Tar Heels need points, they look to Taylor Koenen, the team captain, and she gets it done. Big 3-point bucket for her. That's 5 threes.
Which is a new career best, 5 threes for Koenen. Quiets the home crowd, cuts it to 4.
50 little behind the back pass for Nikki Akamu.
From the elbow, she likes that shot.
We've seen that a lot here today. Off the high ball screen, that mid-range jump shot for Akamu.
Woolfolk's got the rebound.
Someone was looking to run. Sammy Puisis thought about it and realized she didn't have a clean look. Good decision by the freshman.
Woolfolk somehow manages to get points out of that.
Lost the handle on the ball. Looked like it was a near turnover. Good defense by the Carolina Tar Heels, and somehow Naja Woolfolk connects after recollecting it in the paint.
Another turnover.
Gillespie there trying to show off her point guard skills. And then Nikki Akamu shows off her athleticism right here in front of us.
What a play by Nikki. About a 5-second differential here. Game and shot clock as the third quarter will come down.
Lots of folks waiting to check in, but there hasn't been a stoppage of play. It's the track meet we were expecting.
8 on the shot clock now, and Woolfolk. What a big three. And the biggest lead of the game for Florida State. Heels at the horn, this time blocked. That was end-to-end traffic.
Left hand and wrist, kind of funny, but she is gutting it out, back in there trying to help her team as Florida State finished the quarter on a 14-3 run to build this lead. If you're Florida State now, you want to make Bennett have to go left.
6 on the shot clock. Yeah, even more so than usual.
And you better know where Taylor Koenen is, because she is shooting lights out from beyond the three-point line, especially now with the shot clock winding down. Nikki Akamu going to draw that assignment.
Good screen and a big shot.
Leah Church right in off the bench. All 39 shots attempted this season are from the three-point line. She knocks down a big one there. Morgan Jones under control, answers back with the 2.
Morgan Jones has been playing some good basketball the last month or so, well, really all season, but starting to be reflected in her scoring totals the last month or so.
And just as we talk about her, she commits a foul on Koenen. Koenen tries to post up Morgan Jones. Both players at 6'2", and Jones just reaches around to try to bat it away and goes right through Koenen.
6 points, 4 rebounds in 18 minutes as Jones will sit down. Myers has not scored here in the second half, but her presence has been a factor in this game. Koenen was trying to shake free for a 3.
Oh, and that's a 5-second call as Shayla Bennett couldn't get it into Taylor Koenen quick enough. Good defense by the Florida State Seminoles on the inbounds possession. A little full court pressure now again being applied by the Tar Heels.
Ten-point edge for FSU as Akamu sets the offense. Huisis alone. Misfires that time. That's a pretty good look, though. She's hit two of those in this game.
That was some good offense for Florida State, making the extra pass.
Carolina got a look, but it goes in and out.
Oh, Naja Woolfolk takes Shayla Bennett right off the dribble and gets right to the rim. Help side a little too concerned with Kaya Gillespie. Didn't get over quick enough.
Well, Shayla Bennett was worried about the screen developing from one side and failed to defend the other angle. And now another turnover, and Florida State had a dozen, its biggest lead, looking to add to it. Why not?
Naja Woolfolk taking over here to start the fourth quarter. Woolfolk 16 points, 7 of 3 from the floor. Got 5 rebounds, 3 assists as well. A complete game for the senior from Fort Valley, Georgia. That's going to be a foul on Ikamu. It's her third. Played quite a number of minutes there without picking up that 3. And then just a little too physical as Bennett trying to get to the rim. Kama will have to go out. Jones and Weber back in. Tough shot from Koenen. You've seen her hit a lot of tough shots today. See if Woolfolk calls her own number again.
Oh, that's going to rattle home. How about that take along the baseline?
Courtney Weber passes up the open 3, takes it right along the baseline, tiptoes past Leah Church, and then finishes with the contact. Courtney Weber, 5 points off the bench now for Florida State. They're going to get River Baldwin on the foul there. Baldwin was going hard to the glass, had the size advantage over Leah Church. Made a little too much contact. Good box out by Church.
Two-on-one opportunity for Florida State. It'll lead to some free throws.
Good 2-on-1 break execution for the Noles off of the steal from Woolfolk. She just stepped in the passing lane, gave it up early to her teammate Morgan Jones, who gave it right back on the 2-on-1 break. Bennett going to go back to the bench. She clearly is not 100%. You certainly hate that for a player of her caliber. In back-to-back 20-point games for Bennett. She's going to go back to the end of the bench and I think get a little more attention from the athletic training staff. She clearly is not okay.
Well, and this game started to turn about the time that she went down. That's when Florida State was able to widen the lead. Now they've missed some opportunities at the free throw line here, but still 1 for 2.
Naja Woolfolk going to get a well-deserved break. Vicky Akamu got about a minute and a half after picking up that third foul. See Severin brought her right back in.
She's not shy of shooting a 3.
Certainly not. That's the reason that she's in the game again. Hasn't attempted a shot inside the arc. Leah Church with her second made 3 here this afternoon. Seminoles content to try to run some clock on offense. River Baldwin going to get whistled for a foul. She was trying to cut ball side. Used a little bit too much force to get through the defender.
So 6:15 to play. The Heels down 14. Church and Koenen, the three-point options. Not that Carolina has to start chucking up threes. There's lots of basketball left here. But Church has hit a couple already, and Koenen's had a big day.
Wow.
That one rattles home.
Really nice shot from Koenen there. Had to go over the 6'5" River Baldwin to finish that. Taylor Koenen having an outstanding afternoon. 17 points to lead the Tar Heels. Gillespie thought about the three and then passed it up.
Another three from the wing.
Couple of blue shirts down there battling. I think that was both Bailey Inch and Dingay. Neither could come up with it.
Florida State going to keep it. Very fortunate there because they didn't have the angle to the ball. Carolina now. Koenen will get the layup. Florida State. Didn't get back defensively. Weber is hobbled right now.
Weber came up limping after that play. I think she's going to need a sub.
And now they call an offensive foul on Akamu.
That's 4 now on Nikki Akamu. So Sue Semrau going to have to take out Courtney Weber. Carolina on a little 7-0 run.
Still a 10-point lead. That whistle has gotten tighter the last few minutes here.
Sue Semrau is I was curious if she was going to leave in Nikki Akamu. She does not. Takes Akamu out. Brings Sammy Puisis back in.
Well, you like to have her around just as the senior point guard, but also she's a very good free throw shooter. And so you'd like to have her in the last couple minutes of the game if it comes down that way. Meanwhile, 7-0 run for Carolina. Koenen off the screen, another one. She's got it.
Talked about it earlier that Carolina did not come in and practice in the Tucker Center here at all. And Taylor Koenen has stepped off the bus and been lights out all afternoon long for the Tar Heels.
This is a 10-0 run in less than 2 minutes for Carolina.
Now a hand check foul on Medina Muhammad.
4:39 to play. She's one off tying her career best of 23, so she's got a chance to establish a new career high. Florida State, meanwhile, needs to establish some points. 17-point lead has been shaved to 7.
That foul going to be on Koenen as Naja Woolfolk uses a nice little spin move to get to the rim. Woolfolk going to get a chance to go to the free throw line.
Florida State has left some points out there at the free throw line today.
As a team, the Noles shoot at 70% from the free throw line. That has been a bit of a bugaboo as they left a number of points on the board in that overtime loss at Syracuse.
22
of 38 to be exact that day, and those are two huge free throws from Naja Woolfolk as she now has 19 points in the afternoon. Woolfolk going to draw the assignment of guarding Taylor Koenen.
And now on the switch. Oh, that's a good play by Gillespie. Oh, they're going to say Carolina ball.
I thought Gillespie made the hustle play too. She must have been standing out of bounds when she made that play.
Tough to see there. Meanwhile, Church is open. It is Sunday, and she knocks down another.
Carolina right back in this basketball game. Courtney Bangart wanted a 5-second call. Skye Gillespie held on to that one for a long time on the baseline.
6-point edge for Florida State. Carolina just not going away.
A lot of contact there as Mohammed applying a ton of pressure on Naja Woolfolk. Should be the 15th foul on Carolina. It'll send Naja Woolfolk back to the free throw line. Sue Semrau had seen enough without her leader, Nikki Akamu. Bring Akamu back into the game.
Six-point edge. Woolfolk just knocked down a big couple. Nikki Akamu back out there playing with 4 fouls. Very good free throw shooter, 80%.
Naja Woolfolk now with 20 points. That is the 7th time this season Woolfolk has eclipsed the 20-point mark for Florida State.
Her and Koenen, although Church has 9 points in 11 minutes. Under 3.5 to play. Koenen waits for the defender to sail by.
And that one was tipped by Naja Woolfolk on the block. Sue Semrau asking for the review.
And I think Gillespie's frustrated right, because she could have, it looked like maybe she could have got that, but thought it was just an errant shot. Oh no, she was hooked. That's why she's frustrated there. Here's a three again. And now this will be Baldwin. Baldwin and Janelle Bailey.
It's been a battle in the post all day. Every time a shot goes up, there is a ton of contact. The officials have been pretty consistent all game long of letting it go. That time, Baldwin with a little bit too much, and Bailey, preseason all-conference player, gets to go to the free throw line. 76% shooter from the line this season.
Misfires there.
Bailey has 10 points today. They've been a quiet 10. We've talked a lot about the guard play, but Bailey 7 rebounds, 10 points so far today.
On the preseason All-ACC team. Really a force for Carolina, and gets 1 of 2. Gillespie looking for help. Finally got some. Got across half court, and Gillespie does so herself.
Nikki Akamu there got tangled up with Medina Mohammed. Mohammed pleading her case. Akamu going to go to the free throw line. Definitely some contact there. I don't know if it was enough to warrant the foul. Nikki Akamu will step back to the line for Florida State.
The way they've called it today, I probably would have let that one go, but Akamu, a good free throw shooter. Florida State will take it.
Yeah, it has been a physical battle on both ends of the floor, and the officials really have done a good job of just letting these teams kind of duke it out for the most part.
So 3 minutes to go. Carolina's got Koenen and Church. Remember, playing without one of their key players. They'll take 2 here and leave it short.
It's Malusha Tinge with the jump shot. Willis did a nice job rebounding that one.
Florida State needs to get a good look, but every possession they can work 25 or 30 seconds off the clock. Let's see Akamu from the corner. Boy, nails.
Nikki Akamu so good off the bounce. That mid-range game is outstanding.
And Gillespie's got it. 2 minutes to go. Florida State looking for a bounce back after its worst performance of the year against Georgia Tech Thursday. Carolina coming off its best performance.
Nikki Akamu sold that one. There was some contact by Taylor Koenen. Koenen didn't like it. Ikamu going to go back to the free throw line again.
Well, Koenen even grinned about it. It's all she could do. She knew it was an acting job. One senior getting another. Nikki misfires on the first. Sue Semrau creeping closer to what would be her 200th ACC win if FSU can hang on.
Semrau's now 8 of 12 from the line this half. Oh, nice move from Taylor Koenen. Can't finish the shot. But a nice piece of work there to even get the good look.
At what point does Carolina foul?
Well, I don't know that they were intending to foul there. They've sent the Seminoles to the free throw line quite a bit, and the Noles have shot it relatively well. Florida State has gone quite some time without a shot from the floor. The majority of their points here coming from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. Nikki Ikamu now with 20 points for the Seminoles. Joins teammate Naja Woolfolk in the 20-point club. That was the freshman Nia Daniel that just come into the game. Couldn't finish it, but a nice rebound by the Tar Heels.
Come up on a buck to play.
Does not appear that Carolina's going to try to foul. It's content to let the Seminoles work some clock.
The home fans recognize that. Four on the shot clock. Gillespie at the horn. Weber. Why not?
Can't ask for much better offensive execution there from the Noles, making the extra pass. A couple of your seniors giving it up to the sophomore Courtney Weber, who knocks it down.
Florida State right at its season scoring average. The three is no good. And now the shot clock is off. FSU weathers the storm. The Tar Heels coming off the upset of NC State. And Florida State bounces back from its effort against Georgia Tech.
And this type of effort has to be pleasing to head coach Sue Semrau. She was very frustrated with the performance of her team in the loss on Thursday night. This one makes up for it just a little bit.
78-64. Congratulations to Sue Semrau. Another milestone for the 23rd year head coach at FSU. One of